Doctor, your free phone-in health consultation program. Every Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. brings you health and wellness.
If you're stressed out either at home or at work, or you're having a stressful relationship between either your girlfriend, your fiancé, or your wife, you can have erectile dysfunction.
Call in to get free consultation on health and wellness on 07000 917 917 and 090 256 25455. You can send in questions, cases, and related contributions on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at WFM 917. Text and WhatsApp on 070-317-56537. You can listen live online at www.wfm917.com. Radio Doctor, Nigeria's first free consultation radio health program on WFM 91.7, the voice of women.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Time check, it is 3 minutes after 10, and you're tuned to Women Radio 91.7 FM, the voice of women, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. Dr. Abiola, why are you smiling? Why are you distracting me? This is Radio Doctor, your free health consultation program where real doctors advise real doctors, real people, on live on radio. 10 a.m. Mondays through Fridays on Women Radio. You get to get free consultation on radio. And our doctor today, you already heard me call his name, Dr. Abiola Ajayi, the MD CEO of ROA Specialist Hospital. Good morning, Dr. Abiola. How are you?
Good morning. Today is a good day. I'm doing very well. Thank you. How are you?
I like that. I'm good. We missed you for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I won't... I know, my wife always says I shouldn't talk about myself, but I don't mind. I have had this back pain, and I don't wish back pain on any human being. I've had to see a chiropractor. I've had like 7 sessions. Now I'd have to crack your neck and do all that kind of stuff. It's when you have the pain, it's constant. It's like every second of every day, it's just there reminding you that life is miserable. And no, I'm telling you, now I understand. Like I have some patients that have chronic back pain. And some of them are depressed, they're suicidal, they, just don't find joy in anything. And I used to not really understand it, but now I definitely understand it.
Oh,
it's
sorry.
miserable. It's miserable.
So sorry. Is it because you sit most of the time?
So I don't know if you can see, I just bought a brand new ergonomic chair with cushions everywhere, and I put one in my office. One every place I sit now has one of these chairs. Just got them yesterday, and I pray that the back pain is a thing of the past. I can't use pain medication. I hate pain medication. I can't use it all the time, and the strong ones make you drowsy, and I don't want to be drowsy when I'm working. So
okay, sorry. But you typically work out, isn't that?
Yeah. So it's it's like a one little spot in the back. So funny enough, I complained to my brother, who's a doctor in the U.S., and he said, "Oh, I had the same thing. I had to go through chiropractor for 1 year. It's our back. It's Daddy gave us the back problem." And then when I now talk to my dad, he said, "Oh, yeah. He said it's right below your shoulder blade on the left side." I was like, "What? It's the same thing." Same exact spot for myself and my 2 brothers, all the guys. So I didn't know they
doctors.
I'm 3 of us doctors, dad, 2 brothers, and the other one's a lawyer.
Wow. I can just imagine the fact that happened for him to be a lawyer. Like, no, you have to continue the legacy. We are doctors in this house.
Funny enough, he actually started down the medical path, did pre-med and everything. My sister and I would look at him, and then we'd look at each other, and we're like, Laddie is a lawyer, because he's always debating you, and that's how he's been since a child. We're like, this is a natural lawyer, not a natural doctor, so to speak, more a natural lawyer. And thank God, with a lot of coercing and everything from all the family, mom and dad now, oh, you want to do law? Go ahead. And now he's a great lawyer. He works for the second largest law firm in the world. He's doing very, very, very well. He was in China. He was in Indonesia. He fly him everywhere. So and you can see he's in his element. It's just like me. If I was a lawyer, I'd be the worst lawyer because I don't like talking that much. I don't like arguing. I just like to state facts and keep it moving. But
Yeah.
as a doctor and as a surgeon, yes, I love it.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. Okay, we have a new staff member. Her name is Nimitala. You can see her name there. She resumed yesterday, so I've been easing her into like all our activities and all the programs. So Nima, say hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, but she doesn't know our inside jokes yet.
She doesn't know. No, she doesn't know inside jokes yet. No. Okay, let's
Don't
get
worry,
into
we'll get you there.
yes. She will figure it out at some point, yes. Or except we want to keep it as our own, but yeah. Okay, the last time we saw Dr. Abiola, we spoke on blood in urine, UTI, stone, prostate, or bladder cancer. Today we're going to be talking about kidneys, right? What's the topic? Kidney health and hydration, protecting your kidneys before permanent damage occurs. We have spoken about liver. Yeah, we've spoken about liver before, UTIs and the liver. So we're just going to go straight into it. Do not forget, this is still Radio Doctor on Women Radio 91.7 FM. The phone lines will be open shortly. But in the meantime, you can send your text message or WhatsApp messages, which I know you will send, or which I know you will not send, because you go to Dr. Abiola and say, I'm coming from Women Radio. Yes, I'm dragging you and I'm being violent this morning. Let me try to be nice. Let me try to be nice. I will know if you went there. If Dr. Abiola gives us free gift today, I will know. Anyway, so this morning, you can send your text messages or WhatsApp messages to 0703 1756 537 or 08155 917 917. We're live on YouTube at WFM 917, and you can listen to us on the go via our website, www.wfm917.com. Okay, let's get into it. Speaking with Dr. Abiola, the MD CEO of ROA Specialist Hospital. So, what is the main job of kidneys in the body for our listeners who have never thought about like what the kidney does, like how important it is?
And if you don't mind, I'm going to ask the question: What do you think the job of the kidney is?
I'm not going to lie, I don't know. No, wait. The heart pumps blood.
There you go.
The lungs, air, respiratory.
Fantastic. 2 for 2.
Liver is the one. Oh, I hope I get this right. Is the one that's like purifies the body.
Detoxifies. Fantastic. I'll give you that 3 for 3.
I really, Dr. Abiola, you're a good teacher.
3 for 3, 100%. You're doing.
Dr. Abiola, if I get this one,
I want to take a little bit of credit for it.
If I get this one wrong, Dr. Abiola, 3/4 is the win. This to be honest, the kidney breathing. No.
So you have 2 kidneys, both on like their towards your back, lower back, and the kidneys make urine. So urine comes from the kidneys. That's what most people think that's the main job. So your blood, you have things called arteries, you things that have veins, right? So arteries take blood into the kidney. The kidney looks like a bunch of little filters stacked on top of each other. So it filters out your blood, and then it now returns the filtered blood to your body. Okay. And as it's doing that, the things that it filters out of the blood, it now makes urine. So urine is that waste product. We all know what pee is, So that's the main job. But what a lot of people don't know is that a kidney does 10 times that. It helps, besides just filtering waste from the blood, it's what balances what you call electrolytes. So your sodium, salt, potassium, all your electrolytes, they're balanced. They're kept in balance by the kidneys. Your kidneys are very, very important in blood pressure. So if I have somebody that has high blood pressure, 90% of the time we don't know exactly what it is, but that 10% of the time it's usually a kidney problem. And so blood pressure is very important. Red blood cells. helps produce red blood cells, and we know red blood cells carry oxygen, right? So there's a signal that comes from the kidney that tells your bones and your body to make red blood cells. I have had a patient 2 days ago. He came for three blood transfusions. I'm not sure why he's out there doing transfusion until I now checked his kidney function, and his kidney function was almost zero. And I'm like, that's why your blood. And my doctors were asking me, why is the blood low? Like, yeah, because the kidney is not sending that signal. So you can transfuse. 6 weeks later, he's going to come back. He's going to need another transfusion because the kidney still is not doing it. But I came up with a solution for that. We'll talk about that later.
I was about to go there because number one, like, so he didn't realize that his kidney was not transmitting what it needs to transmit. Number one. Number two is that why is that? So obviously, I'm thinking that there are a lot of people who are moving up and down this world and they don't know that they have a kidney issue, right?
I'm telling you, I was shocked. I can't show shock in front of a patient, but when he left, I sat there and I had to really think because his kidney function was 4. It should be 90. I did mine the other day. It was 120. 100 is what you call good. I see some old people that are, a little bit of kidney disease. They're like a 50, but he was at a 4. 1, 2, 3, just 4% left. And so I'm thinking that somebody, we talked about kidney disease one time where that person would have, swelling of the legs, the face would be swelling, BP would be upside down. You would know that something's wrong with this person. But honestly, nothing showed up on the guy. He wasn't really, he didn't look puffy. His legs were not swollen. He didn't have many complaints. And, I always say that the Holy Spirit guides me a lot when I'm seeing patients, and it just told me to start looking at the kidney, and that's where it is. But most of the time, you have strong kidney disease like that, you're going to know. He's basically in kidney failure. So I don't know what God he worships, but that God has protected him. But there's an injection I can give to help stimulate that. So he started that injection now, and we hope that all will be well. But when your kidneys fail, you're going to have anemia. That's low blood level, weak bones. You can have toxins build up. When the toxins build up, of course, you won't feel good. You'll feel sick. You'll feel dragging. Some people have hiccups that don't go away. Some people can end up going into a coma. So it's vital. Without your kidneys, you're in trouble.
All right. Next up, my next question is, so how so the person needs to stay hydrated to be able, or does that have any effect on it?
Hydration is crucial because if you think about how the kidney works, it's filtering blood and it's concentrating the toxins into the urine. So if your blood is if you're very dehydrated, that concentration gradient doesn't work as well, and it can only concentrate the urine so much before it only has so much capacity. So hydration means not only does it help the kidneys filter easily, so imagine if you're trying to dilute a toxin, right? A toxin that if you were saying concentrated, it would burn you, right? Let's say hydrochloric acid. You want to dilute it with as much water as possible, so that's the hydration. The kidney wants to dilute toxins, and the more water that you have in your system, the more water it has to dilute those toxins, and it makes it easier to remove toxins from the body as well. So when you're dehydrated, it reduces your blood volume, and it now reduces the circulation to the kidneys. And severe dehydration can actually cause you to go into kidney failure. So hydration is crucial.
So for those that take drinks instead of water, they're not hydrating anything.
Oh yeah, and I that's one of my pet peeves. If I want, yesterday I wanted to, let's say, quote unquote, enjoy myself. So I had a glass of orange juice on the table, and I just felt so guilty drinking orange juice by itself. So I now went and got a bottle of water and sat it next to it. So I said, okay, if I drink the orange juice, I'll have to finish the water. And don't get me started on Coke, or minerals and things like that. Those you drink something like that, when you're thirsty and you just made your dehydration worse. So yeah, water is ideally the best. People I feel for, all of us are inside a lot. You from home, you get to the studio. From studio, you go home. You're rarely, but people that are in this Lagos heat, market women, construction workers, right? Okada riders, and people that fast all the time. I worry about them because of the dehydration effect.
May I drink water when I'm fasting? So, like, you cannot even, like, what do you mean? I drink water when I'm fasting. Like, so initially, I didn't used to drink water when I was fasting, but then I'm not even drinking as much water as I would want to, right? And then the nature of my job is one that I'm speaking consistently, hours on end. I should just be speaking and I should not hydrate myself. No, now, let's stop playing. No, I drink water.
So I always ask people when they say drink water, do you drink bottles or sachets?
No, I don't drink sachet water. I haven't done that in a long time. No, I'm not even I'm not discriminating against people who drink sachet water. I have friends like that live in houses, but it's sachet water that they drink in their houses because bottled water is expensive, right? But I'm just buying a bottle of water.
Yeah, we produce in the ROA compound. There's something called Reggie. We produce sachet water too. So I'm not knocking. The reason why I ask is then the next question I ask is how many sachets or bottles do you take in a day? So some people say, oh, I drink 3 sachets in a day and think that they're doing something. But first, let me let you answer.
To be honest, I think I drink like 3 bottles a day. And because I try to finish a bottle of water per sitting or whenever the times I drink, I can take a bottle of water from the house and then drink maybe a cup or a cup and a half. But I look at the water and I'm like, you can finish this bottle. Like, so I finish. So I think averagely I drink 3 bottles of water. It might be more, but averagely I would say 3 bottles.
And I drink, let's say some days I can drink 10. Easily. I don't. It's rare a day goes by that I don't drink 5 or 6. It's, I'll start when I wake up in the morning. Between morning and me driving to work, I'll drink at least 1 at my desk. I'll drink 3 or 4, and then I can easily, because I know I buy it by the pack, so I can drink half a pack in a day. I think a pack is 20 bottles, or 12. I can't remember, but I can easily drink half a pack in a day. My PA buys 2 packs. 2 to 3 packs a week. It puts them under my desk. I love my PA. Hello, Elizabeth. Puts them under my desk, and they never run out. She's always on top of it. But yeah, I drink it like crazy.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Hi, Nima. How many bottles of water do you drink in a day?
I don't measure by bottles because I have my water bottle and it's a liter, so I drink about 5 liters per day.
Wow. So once
fantastic.
I did not see you holding the bottle yesterday. Don't clap for her, Dr. Abiola. What did you say?
I was holding it, the pink bottle.
I didn't notice. So you drink, so you finish it, and then you refill, and then drink, and then you refill.
Yes.
Wow. My own.
Are you sure it's not? Are you sure it's not a go-go in the bottle?
I don't drink.
Okay, because that can dehydrate you. We didn't mention alcohol dehydrates you terribly. Yes.
Oh yeah, even
that's
the mineral dehydrates.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think you were about to ask a question, and the international guideline for drinking water, because I like how she said she drinks 5 liters in a day. So for women, it's generally 2.7 liters a day, almost 3, and for men, it's about 3.7, a little bit more than that. But the other thing about your water intake, you also include what you get from food and drinks. So if you have a mineral, maybe some of it is water, 5% of it is water. But it's not just that water; it's all the other things that are dissolved in there that can dehydrate you. But about 3 to 4 liters is on average.
Yeah, but isn't there something as too much water?
Yes, there is. There's even a psychological disease called water intoxication. I actually saw some of these people in the States where they would, if you did not physically stop them from drinking water. They will just drink water until they kill themselves. So
I'm sorry.
the area of the psych ward that they were in is a locked ward. The bathrooms have no running water and no toilet with water in it. The toilet is dry, right? Because they would drink the water out of the toilet. There are no water fountains. Yeah, just wherever they want to get it from, just keep drinking it. So they are now provided a certain amount of water um, every day, and they're on medications to try and fix it. But yeah, there's some group of people that have that problem. So there is too much water.
Wow.
And
Wow.
it varies by your body size. So the weather, your body size, how much you wear, if you're pregnant, all those things can vary. So besides just counting liters, I tell people, of course, drink anytime you're thirsty and look at your urine. If your urine is orange colored, I have something here that's if your urine is this orange, that's that you're definitely not drinking enough water. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're definitely not drinking enough water. Your urine should be straw colored. I have something that's that this your urine should be just lighter, just lighter than this, right? It shouldn't be completely white. More than likely, then you're drinking too much alcohol or you're drinking too much, a little bit too much water. But it should be light yellow is where you want to be.
Good. Nima, do you have a question for Dr. Abiola?
Yes, I do. What are some common signs of dehydration that listeners should not ignore?
Very, very good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, and also, what are the major risk factors for chronic kidney disease that people can actually modify?
Okay. So I'll start with the first question. You asked, what are some signs of dehydration you shouldn't ignore, right? So, like I mentioned before, thirst. You'd be surprised. A lot of people ignore the fact when you're thirsty, or when your mouth is dry. I can usually look at somebody and if they're fairly dehydrated, you can tell because you can see their lips will be dry, lips will be cracked. See, you look hydrated. I can see your lips look well hydrated, but your lips will be dry. In the bad cases, you see some whitish markings and stuff. But on top of that, I've seen some elderly that are so dehydrated where their skin doesn't pop back. So if you lift up the skin like this, see how the skin it will stay up. It'll stay tented, right? So it means that they're severely dehydrated. But those are extreme cases. So, but thirst, dry mouth, headache is another one. You have constant headaches. When you drink too much alcohol, most of the reason why you have a headache in the morning is because you're dehydrated, right? So headache and dehydration is tied to it. We talked about the very dark yellow urine. Another one that people don't see often, cramps. If you're getting cramps all the time, like people get muscle pull or muscle cramps, a lot of times that's because of water electrolyte imbalance. So that can help. And in severe, when WFM does, when you guys do your sports day or your activity day, you usually ask us to come out and support medically. ROA comes and supports you guys medically, and that's because in some severe dehydration, people can get into coma, they can have confusion, extreme weakness, they can get really sick. So we're there in case somebody's dehydrated. We start an IV really quickly or give them proper fluid. So those are the main signs. And you have to remember that children and the elderly are more sensitive to dehydration. So you don't want to play with it for them.
Okay, thank you.
I think Nima's second question, you talked about what risk factors can you modify. So when you talk about risk factors, that means things that put you at risk for that disease. And they usually have modifiable and non-modifiable risk factors. So an example of a non-modifiable risk factor is being black. You can't change your race. Or being a woman, you can't change your gender, right? Well, some I don't want to get into it. I am with the Lord. I am not getting into that discussion. They are men and they are women.
There's no how you can make it as a doctor. You can't go back to America to be a doctor if you're speaking like this, Dr. Abiola.
Oh, I know. My brother's a psychiatrist in the U.S. He has to go through this. He has to know pronouns and do all that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be you. Live your life, but I'm just going to say Yeah, live your best life. YOLO. I'm just going to, stay in my lane over here where there's men and there's women. And, anything in between, we send to the surgeon to fix. Anyway. So
Go ahead.
modifiable risk factors are things that you have control over. So the first one, so we're talking about modified risk factors for kidney disease or chronic kidney disease. So high blood pressure, that's the number one I see. So poorly controlled or uncontrolled high blood pressure directly damages your kidneys, right? So that's one. And over time, it can get you to kidney failure. Diabetes is the second one. So if I take high blood pressure and diabetes, I can usually account for, in my practice, 85 to 90% of kidney disease. Just those two things, high blood pressure and diabetes. But some other modifiable risk factors, obesity, right? You can control your weight. I know some people think they can't, but you could stop eating, right? Or smoking, you can stop smoking. Excessive salt and eating these ultra processed foods are also risk factors for CKD. And one that people ignore, painkillers. So say NSAID. So there's a painkiller that everybody knows that's that's over the counter in Nigeria. Starts with the letter P. Everybody can get it. That painkiller can cause kidney disease, and worldwide is the number one cause of liver disease. But a lot of people think that it's harmless, so I can take it. The P one starts with a P. Everybody knows it. You can take it every day or take it 3 times a day for life and not be at risk. And no, you're putting yourself at risk for multiple issues. And I'll throw some things that are peculiar to us here. Herbal concoctions, right? Herbal mixture, Abo, and Shea. What's all the other ones?
Like Agbo for anything.
Do you get, as soon as I hear it, my skin crawls. Oh my Tamilara, I hate it. My dad said my Yoruba is getting better. So I hate it because it can really. I had a friend wife. He kept calling me about his wife. She was this and that. I'm like, man, I don't know how to treat her. Take her to the hospital and then call me from there. No, he just came and dumped her in ROA in the reception. He drove off and called me that she's there. So I now was forced to see her. Going through, she used a herbal mixture for malaria and ended up destroying her kidneys. So she went into kidney failure. Her whole body swelled up like a pumpkin. She couldn't breathe. It was really, really, really bad. And she's 29 or 30. So I'm like, where did this come from? She says she didn't have diabetes. We checked. We said she didn't have diabetes. She didn't have high blood pressure. Remember, I said that's like 90% of it. So I'm like, where did this come from? I was going to transfer her to like General Hospital or something because there's some things that coming from the U.S. I'm not going to see. We don't use herbal mixtures there. I don't see, but eventually, when I talked to her, she said, "Yeah, I've used herbal mixture, but I always get it from the same person." I said, "Did you get this time from the same person?" She said, "No, my friend introduced me to somebody, but it was the same thing." I said, "No, it obviously wasn't the same thing." So once I knew it, then now, after about a week or so, we returned her to her husband healthy.
Oh, so she was okay. Oh, right.
Yeah, but in the hospital, if you're in the hospital, in the right hospital, and they know what you're doing, otherwise she wouldn't have made it 2 days if we didn't intervene. It was really, really bad, and it's just from using some herbal concoction for malaria. So those things can, then the detox drinks and people buy supplements from Facebook Marketplace. Please don't do that. People buying stuff from a WhatsApp ad will show up in there saying that, oh, this will cure ED or this will make you lose weight. Please don't. Yeah. Please don't do that.
From the downfall from the Molwest to the WhatsApp. Yes.
Yes. Please don't do that. There's nothing good. There's nothing good out of it. Nobody really is trying to truly help you. They're trying to help themselves, whether it's to steal your money or whatever. So you have to be very careful. So, my main point is that the majority of kidney risks are preventable, right? They're modifiable. And I think as we educate people, hopefully we can improve.
Right. So you were speaking about painkillers, right? Is it just that particular one, or is it all the painkillers that affect the kidney? And how does it actually affect the kidney? Because there's some of us, okay, I'm not because I don't like taking drugs. There's some people who are addicted to painkillers. Oh, I have a headache, painkiller. Oh, my tummy is hurting, painkiller. My temperature is rising, painkiller. How does that affect the kidney and then causes them to be dehydrated? Or are they already dehydrated before they take it? Yeah, that's not
A very good question. So we talk about how a drug is metabolized. So if you, I have patches everywhere. If you pick up any drug, you'll say this drug says something, 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 HCl, hydrochloride, right? Another one drug will say something, 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 citrate, something, something, but calcium. The drug always has something attached to it, and that is so that it can be solid. So that it actually has solid. Your body does not use it in that form, so that drug has to be changed into the form that is soluble that your body can use. And the two organs that convert drugs, that is your liver and your kidney. So yes, and they are organs just like the heart. Your heart can only pump so fast. Your liver can only detox so quickly. Your kidney can only filter so quickly. So if you have a lot excess amounts of these things, it can definitely damage your kidneys or your or your liver, and it just depends on the drug. So you said, is it all painkillers? There's a group of painkillers called NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatories drugs, and those are the ones that you know about that starts with the letter P. Doctors use a 3-letter abbreviation for it. Like those drugs. There's another one that's ends in NAC. All those drugs are in NSAID, are in NSAIDs, right? So then you have another group called opiates. Opiates are things like codeine, what these things people were abusing a lot in the north and around. Like those are drugs. Those could be drugs of abuse because they actually have physical addiction attached to it. The other ones that, like your friends that I take for my headache or take for this, those don't have physical addiction attached to it. It could be psychological, but not physical, right? So, but both categories can really put strain on your kidneys, and over time can put you into CKD or chronic kidney disease. Quite is more common than we give credit for.
Wow. This is the Women Radio 1.7. The phone lines are now open: 07000 917 or 0800 1235. Yeah, 917 0800 1235 917. You can send your text messages to 0703 1756 537 or 08155 917 917. This is Radio Doctor. We'll be speaking with Dr. Abiola Ajayi, MD CEO of ROA Specialist Hospital, on kidney diseases, basically, like the ups and downs on its hydration, protecting your kidney before there's damage that happens. My last question before I move over to Nima is: you mentioned high blood pressure. High blood pressure is it the same as hypertension?
Yes, exactly the same. Okay. You can use those two words interchangeably.
Right. So what about diabetes? Is that also linked to kidney damage? And as I would always ask, why are regular checkups important?
So I thought you were going to give me another name for diabetes.
No, I don't have
Ito sugar. That's what we call it now.
Ito sugar. Oh,
I have to know these things because I get my mas that they don't speak English, and so and my staff will now come in and listen to me like, who's the MD staff?
Wait, Dr. Abiola, before you answer my question, when those mamas come, do you understand them when they ask you questions in Yoruba?
Oh, I can understand. You can speak Yoruba just like you're speaking to your mother. I can understand it. I can understand it.
How do you respond to them?
I respond with an American that sound like an American speaking Yoruba. So that's what my say. They just make fun of me. But when people make fun of my Yoruba pronunciation, I now ask them to pronounce some English words, and then I can now make fun of your English pronunciation. So it goes both ways. But I try. But I can get through a patient encounter and treat pretty much anyone in Yoruba.
Okay.
So
So
we were talking about
diabetes with respect to kidney damage and how regular should the checkups be?
yeah. So diabetes is, I'll put it this way: 1 in 3 people, or 33% of people with diabetes, will have chronic kidney disease or do already have chronic kidney disease. So extremely important. 1 in 5 of them that have high blood pressure will also have chronic kidney disease. So that diabetes is excess blood sugar in the and we talked that the kidneys filter blood, right? So those blood sugars, the excess amount, your kidney really tries to help control it, and it will now dump the excess blood sugar into your urine, right? But it can only concentrate it so far. So if it's enough to keep normal blood sugar should be around 70 to 100. If your kidney can keep up with that, then fine. It will just be dumping it into your urine. And some people will now notice that they have foamy urine. It's because your kidney is dumping proteins and glucose and other things in there. But over time, those large molecules, Pat, they will burn. At least to say they burn up the kidney. It's easier for people to understand. Like you just burn up the reserve. The good news about the kidney has a lot of reserve. This is why oftentimes kidney disease is silent. We're always talking about silent diseases or silent killers. Before somebody knows they have chronic kidney disease, it may be a long time because you have 2 kidneys. If your right kidney is not doing well today, your left kidney will pick it up. I've seen people where the left kidney was 3 times the size of the right kidney because it just took over because there was something wrong with their right kidney. But if you're filtering glucose all day, every day, the kidney can eventually burn itself up, and you'll just see the person's kidney function will start dropping. And as kidney function drops, then the other toxins start building up in your blood, and those toxins affect you. It slows down your thinking, can cause you to have confusion, can cause you to have difficulty breathing, can throw your blood pressure off, eventually can cause you to go into a coma and die. If somebody has absolute kidney failure and we now have to put them on dialysis is where you connect them to a machine that the machine filters your blood. So you have two big IVs, one big one that's taking blood out of your body, going to the machine, another one that's bringing the filtered blood from the machine back. So the machine is actually acting like an external kidney. You have to, if you want to keep up with the toxins, you need to do that 3 times a week. And each session can be anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. So can you imagine Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 12 to 4 for the rest of your life? You get connected to this machine. It's and if you skip one, you're gonna feel miserable, right? So it's difficult. That's why the solution after that is a kidney transplant. Right? Yeah, you get it. So this is why I always talk to my patients that have high blood pressure and they come in, their BP's 180 over 110, and I'm like, did you use your drug today? Oh no, I've not used it in like 2-3 days. And I say, why? I just didn't want to. I just wanted to be taking drugs. I'm tired of. You're tired of drugs.
You tell me you prefer.
Let me tell you about being tired. When you're dragging yourself to dialysis 3 times a week, you'll talk about being tired. When your family members have to carry you from place to place because you just physically can't move, then we'll talk about who's getting tired. Or when you can just control your blood pressure. This is what we talk about modifiable risk factors. I think ignorance should be on that list too, right? Because if you can educate yourself and understand that there's nothing about being tired, and 90% of the time, high blood pressure, we don't know exactly what causes it. You just have it. And it could be from the environment, it could be genetic, but that's not the issue. The issue is just control it. If you control your blood pressure, you can live to be 120. It's not. It doesn't mean because I've been on BP drugs, my life is short. It's because I didn't use the medication that I now shorten my life. And the same thing is exactly the same thing for diabetes. I'll check. Like, when did you check your blood sugar last? I have an uncle that's come to see me. The family members keep calling me that I have to see him, so he will come. He has not checked his blood sugar in 5 years, and he's had diabetes for 30. And the last time he came, the bottom of his foot almost all of it was black as like black, just like the color black, meaning dead. And because he was my uncle, instead of chopping off the entire foot, I took time in the theater and almost took hours to carefully remove all that dead and black skin, exposing just raw flesh underneath, right? And then now bandage that and cover with honey and do twice, 2 to 3 times a day dressing, and he do that for 6 to 9 months to recover. And you can't walk on that leg, right? So now, which was better, to prick yourself and just check your blood sugar for 30 seconds once a day, or to now not be able to walk and be dangerous? Yeah, and the other thing, thing off with diabetes, besides kidney disease, blindness. It's my grandfather went blind because of diabetes. One of the reasons why I started studying diabetes in the beginning when I was really young, he died from went blind from diabetes. So I sometimes I do that to my patients that want to be funny about taking their medication. I say, hey, help me with something. Close your eyes tight. I said, close my eyes tight. Hey, can you see anything? No. What if that was your life? I said, keep those eyes closed. Imagine this is your life for the rest of your life. Every day, Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday, you cannot see anything. That's what you're playing with. And this is the truth. It's not a scare tactic. It's the actual truth. Play around with diabetes, play around with high blood pressure. You're going to end. It's called end organ damage. And your eyes, your heart, liver, kidneys are some of those organs.
Oh, that's scary. Nima, do you have a question for Dr. Abiola? Me, I don't have one.
Yes, I do. For people who feel completely well, and people here, they would say nothing is wrong with them. They don't feel anyhow. They feel completely fine. Which screening tests are most useful for kidney health? And what can we do? What should be done to push them into taking tests for their kidneys?
Well, are you saying forcing them to do the test?
No, not for.
Or let's say, I don't want to say coerce, but encourage them.
Encourage. Okay.
No, I scare them. I frighten.
It's forceful though. Like close your eyes.
I try and scare you to a point. Yeah, because I need to get that point across. So I'm not against scaring somebody, but yes, but we are trying to encourage them. Some of the, and then if somebody feels well, if they don't get a common theme on this program that we're always doing, is that a lot of the diseases are silent, right? So you think you feel well, but you may not be well, right? And by the time you feel bad or something happens, like high blood pressure can be in your system. You won't know about it until you have a heart attack. And a lot of people that have heart attacks die, right? High blood pressure. I have a patient just discharged, 37, pastor. I was so sad. He was about to fly out of the country the next day, had a stroke, right? Had a stroke, 37. And one side of his body is not working. He can't get on the plane.
Right now?
Oh, yeah. The whole right side of his body doesn't do anything. From the face all the way down to the leg. Does not move at all.
So he hadn't been paying attention to his health?
I hadn't been paying attention to his health because he thought he was less than 40 and he didn't need to, and that's where Nima's talking about people that are feeling well. Just because you feel well doesn't mean something can't happen. And when something happens, it's usually it can be debilitating. Like now his whole life has changed. He was going to start a job in Canada. Now he's trying to recover. From half his body being paralyzed. You see, that's a huge, serious thing. And what could have helped this is you feel well, treat yourself to I tell comprehensive screening once a year. That should be your birthday present to yourself. Don't buy a new handbag. Don't buy this. Go and if you can afford both, do a new wig. Exactly. If you can afford both, do both. Fine. But before you buy the wig, treat yourself to a checkup. so that you can enjoy wearing the wig you buy down the road. Doesn't mean you never buy the wig; you just buy it next month. But treat yourself to the checkup. Things like, and Nima asked about what tests can you do. Things like blood pressure. How does blood pressure is not painful. It takes less than 2 minutes, and somebody that's relatively healthy can get by with checking their blood pressure every once a month is more than enough, right? As you get older, you should check it more frequently. Go ahead, Nima.
Okay. Um, I want to ask who should be screened earlier or more often? People with an family history of kidney disease or cardiovascular diseases? Or is it just people who, like I said earlier, feel completely normal?
Mhm.
So great question. The way to get listeners to understand is, yeah, age make a difference, right? So if I'm 25 years old, once a year screening is okay, and if there's no problems, fine. Put it off your mind until the next year. If I'm 40, once a year, I can still get by with once a year as long as I don't have any problems. I don't have any chronic problems. I'm not dealing with heart disease or kidney disease or prostate issues. I can still get by with once a year. If I have diabetes, I cannot get by with once a year, right? If you don't want to suffer these complications of diabetes, you should check your blood sugar every day,
Mm.
and you should, if you can, see your doctor once a month. And what I do, I have my diabetics come once a month, and they bring me all their blood sugars, like in a diary, and I'll look at the trend. And when I get them when I get them compliant, meaning they're using their medications, their blood sugars are rock solid, then I can now say, okay, every 3 months we can see you. But I can never tell a diabetic, I'll see you next year. I
Mm.
can never tell somebody that has high blood pressure, I'll see you next year, because the blood pressure medication that's working well for you in January may not work well for you in July because things change, right? So your situation that may have changed, or the way your body reacts to the drug may have changed, and without constant checking, you won't know. Nima mentioned family history. Family history of kidney disease. If I have family history of kidney disease, so I just checked my kidneys 3 weeks ago. I'll probably check them again in 6 months' time. I will probably do my check twice a year. I check my blood pressure 3 times a day because I have a huge family history of high blood pressure, and I love myself. I want to live. I want to live as long as possible. So if you want to do that, then you have definitely more frequent screening and earlier and more often. I'll run through a few of them. If you're obese, if you have sickle cell, if you have HIV, if you know you have prostate problem or you have kidney stones, um, those all of those people should be screening themselves early. And I'll mention it again. Family history is important. So just like we talked about breast cancer, if you have family history of breast cancer, you don't start mammograms at age 50, right? You should be starting your self breast
Early.
exams. Yeah,
Yeah.
as soon as as if you have family history, as soon as you enter your, they call menarche, start your menses, you should be checking breast, and you should be checking your breast yourself once a month for the rest of your life, especially from age, if it's age 15, if it's age 20, yeah, just get in the habit. A few days after your menstrual cycle, check your breast for anything. If there's any lumps or anything strange, take it to your doctor. That's how you avoid what they call the curses of family and genetics, right? You just do early screening. Most of these diseases, if you catch it early, you can solve it. Most of the breast cancers I catch early, I just remove them, and the patient is cured. It's not spread anywhere. If the breast cancer has spread to the bones and to the back and this and that, then there's not much. There's not much. You can't cure that. You can
Yeah.
manage. And those people, you start measuring their life in weeks and months, not in years and decades. It's just such a big difference. So we really need to encourage, or scare, or cajole, or coerce people into screening earlier and more often.
Okay.
All right.
I had
Thank you so much. We've run out of time, Nima. So we're just gonna call it a wrap at this time. Dr. Abiola, thank you so much for coming on the program. Today was very, very.
So
Today
let
was
me add something. real quick, since we ended on screening, since
Yeah.
since we have the new lab opening, the first 20 people that contact me and mention WFM, we'll do screening for you. We'll have to ask you questions. Yeah, so we may screen you for high blood pressure, diabetes, kidney. It just depends. You'll first meet with me. I'll ask you some questions, then I'll now send you for the test. But no fee. Just come and get some answers.
And this is like at the hospital, right?
Yes, at ROA. Just come. So they can call. I think you'll give all my details, but you can call, schedule an appointment, or just show up. As long as you mention WFM, they'll call me if I'm not in the office, and I'll authorize it.
All right. Thank you. You heard it here. Dr. Abiola is giving gifts again today. So you want to find your way to ROA Specialist Hospital in Areko to go get your free gifts. Dr. Abiola, this time around, I'm going to be asking for the name. I know I say this all the time, but boy, I'm going to come and collect the names by myself. Want to know?
No problem.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much for coming on the program today. We truly, 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 truly appreciate you. Nima, it was great doing this with you. Dr. Abiola, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right.
You'll tell everybody about my how to reach me.
Oh, we didn't say, Dr. Abiola, we say how can we reach you?
Socials is ROA Specialist Hospital. Real easy. Mm-hmm. We're a top search in Google. You can find us there. Or you can call me directly, 0913-579-5108. And then you can call the front desk, but I prefer people just call me and then I'll direct you. But it's so much easier now with social, and I spend a lot of energy on our socials and our website. If you just put ROA Specialist Hospital to Google Maps or Google, you will find me. You'll know we have our appointments. You can do appointments through the website. You can get the phone number. So just remember ROA Specialist Hospital, and everything else will fall in place.
Thank you once again, Dr. Abiola, for coming on the program today. Catch you next week on another edition of Radio Doctor next week, Friday.
I can't wait. Take care.
Yeah, take care of yourself. All right, this is the Women Radio 1.7. Nima, it was great doing this with you. How was your first full day?
Oh, amazing.
Love it. Thank you for coming. Abby, thank you for choosing to be with us. Yes, and you've been really, really amazing to work with in the last 2 days. Right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. This is the Women Radio 1.7, and please stick with us. We have great programming for you still. Bye for now.
Women Radio 91.7, the Ogbonge radio station for women and their families.
To sponsor this program, call the number 0816 480 7613.
The Women Advocates Research and Documentation Center, Ward C, through the Transformation Project, invites residents of Alimosho local government area to a town hall meeting on maternal health and women's rights. Date is Friday, 19 June 2026. Venue is Alimosho local government, 3 Bada Street by Akowonjo roundabout, Alimosho. Time is 10 a.m. Join community leaders, health experts, and policymakers as they discuss ways to maternal death and improve women's health in our communities.
Nigeria, a nation of many languages and many tribes. We will stand together, live together, and grow together. United we stand. United we thrive. This message is brought to you by Women Radio WFM 91.7 FM.
Remember how mom would wake up early, make us breakfast, iron our uniform?
We have to do something special for her.
Yes, so let's make this money fast.
Praise your mom with a trip to Zanzibar this 2026 in the 3 Crowns Mom of the Year competition. Write a note using each letter of her name and submit with a picture of 5,000 Naira worth of 3 crowns on www.3crowns.com.ng or at our collection centers for your chance to win. T's and C's apply. 3 Crowns Milk. Healthy moms. Happy families.
ìlera àwọn ìyá ṣe pàtàkì nítorí pé ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ìyá ṣì ń dojúkọ ewu nígbà ìbímọ ní àwọn àwùjọ wa kò sì yẹ kí ó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. ìdí nìyẹn tí Women Advocate Research and Documentation Center Ward C nípasẹ̀ iṣẹ́ Transform Project fi mú ìjíròrò yìí wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn ènìyàn. èyí ni town hall meeting pẹpẹ àlàyé kan níbi tí àwọn ìyá ti ń sọ ìrírí wọn. àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ìlera sì ń sọ ohun tí wọ́n ń rí lójoojúmọ́ níbi iṣẹ́ tí àwọn aṣáájú àti àwọn olùṣètò ìlànà ìjọba náà yóò sì dáhùn tààrà sí àwọn àníyàn àwọn ènìyàn. kò sí ìdènà kò sí ìdákẹ́jẹ́ ìjíròrò títọ́ ojúṣe àti ìgbésẹ̀ nìkan. nítorí pé nígbà tí àwọn àwùjọ àti àwọn adarí bá ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀ a lè mú ìtọ́jú ìlera àwọn ìyá lóyún dára sí i kí a sì dènà ikú tí a lè yàgò fún. darapọ̀ mọ́ Ward C ní town hall meeting yìí kí o sì jẹ́ apá kan nínú ìjíròrò tó mú ìyípadà gidi wá sí ìlera àwọn ìyá. kò yẹ kí obìnrin kankan kú nígbà tó ń bímọ.
Are you number 87? Okay, please wait.
How many hours have you wasted sitting in hospital queues just to see a doctor for 10 minutes? There's a smarter way. Introducing TeleDoc, your secure digital platform to consult verified doctors anytime, anywhere. With TeleDoc, you choose how you want care. Need something quick? Go for a quick consult. Just 10 minutes. Need more time? Book a full consult. 30 minutes of personalized care tailored just for you. No traffic, no crowded waiting rooms, no unnecessary delays. Simply book at your preferred time. Join a secure video call inside the app and speak directly with licensed doctors you can trust. Have medical records? Upload them easily before your consultation. From general health concerns to specialist advice, TeleDoc connects you to real doctors, real answers, real care. Download the TeleDoc app today on Google Play Store and Apple Store.
The big question.
Corruption is, in fact, is increasing more. We never had a snake and whether python and swallow him.
Why?
Everything has increased.
Conversational, controversial, and borderline disruptive. The big question.
Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays from 12:05 p.m. only on Women Radio.
WFM.